intro.
Yep, I'm doing the intro. Welcome to episode 6 of the Skinnerbecker podcast. Hello to all our returning Skinnerbeckies and to those who find themselves here for the first time. Welcome. We are here to talk cack, offer opinions, laugh, and you'll notice that we swear a lot. And in return, that you keep listening, share your opinions with us. We are Nabs, Shaheena, and Nikki. So how are you ladies?
I feel
frot.
I feel frot.
I feel like that
all of us
cucumber that's in the bottom of your fridge door. That's like a part of it is still firm and a part of it is quite soggy.
I'm the moldy jam. You just have to throw it all out because
just
cannot be saved.
throw the whole fucking thing away.
And that leftovers in the Tupperware that we forgot about.
Yeah, that not even the dog can eat now.
We're not even sure what you are, Shaheena. That Tupperware.
Yeah.
What is that? Look, I'm just hoping that it gets better though. So, I mean, if you're starting off so low, then we can only get
That's
better.
what I tell myself every day. It's like, if Monday is so shit, then it can only mean that the week is going to get better.
Tell me, what are we talking about today?
Oh my gosh, guys, today's topic I feel is quite a meaty one. And I feel like a lot of people have experience with this. And I hate that so many people have experience with it.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, we are talking about cheating. Cheating is obviously one of those things that we all think we know the definition of because we've been told that this is what it is. But actually, in the world we live in today, cheating, the definition has changed a bit, hasn't it? Because there's so many different ways that people can step out on their partners. And
definitely.
Yeah. So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Cool. I'm excited. Nix, you just said there's now so many forms of cheating, and maybe they were not spoken of before because it wasn't as easy as it is today.
Sure. Think about in the 1950s, you were like a manager at an office and maybe you were having a fling, or not even the 1950s, the 80s. In the 80s or the 90s, you were having a fling with your receptionist and you had landlines. You had the time that you were together at work. And all of your cornfling, all of your shady shit was very much in person, right?
Yeah.
Now,
which must have been lovely.
It must have been a lot harder to get caught.
Yeah.
Because now all your shady shit is on your phone. So it has changed.
Yeah. So the cheating landscape has changed.
Cheating's changed. And I think that it's become more prolific. That people are like, so we have a single friend who's been single for a long time. He's like a little bit older than me, but younger than Regan. And ages ago, he was saying that he felt like Tinder and dating apps made him feel like
he was missing out.
No, like he didn't know when something better was coming along. So it was very hard to settle. Do you know what I mean? Like, not like settle for something less, but you meet
but settle down.
Yeah, and they're great, but then you've already swiped on so many other people that you haven't heard back from yet. And is that kind of like what makes cheating easier in today's day and age?
I think there's so many options, Nikki. That's what it is.
Exactly. And instant gratification is the way that we live now. In relationships, people feel that they're entitled to that as well. When things are shitty, maybe, fuck, why should I be faithful when there's someone who could scratch an itch?
The choice. Can I get this girl's number? Is she gonna talk to me? And all of those things, right? So now it's so you have, let's just take Facebook for instance. You have more than 1,000 friends, okay? Or you just see random people pop up all the time. So nothing is stopping you from sliding into that DMs and just seeing what happens. It's so easy.
And I think the other thing that Nabs that also makes it easy is, let's say you're just chatting to the person. Like in your mind, I don't think they think they're doing anything wrong because we're just talking. It's not as if we're having sex. So surely that can't
we're not
be
even seeing each other.
Exactly.
But that, in my opinion, is such bullshit.
Agreed.
I think anything that you would hide, that you can't have an honest discussion with, is questionable.
Yeah.
Because you're hiding it because it's not okay. Your partner wouldn't be okay with it. And I think emotional cheating cuts so much deeper, guys.
Yeah.
It's so much work.
Because let's say you had meaningless sex at that. Like, yes, that would hurt. But if I know that you're sharing like your deepest, darkest feelings and fears with someone, I don't know, that would cut me more. Like that would hurt more for me.
Yeah.
I feel like
with someone else.
Women are more inclined to be emotional cheaters.
Also true.
No.
Yes. No, I'll tell you why. Because I think when women cheat, they are cheating because they no longer feel loved and they are looking for someone to fill that space that was previously filled by a partner, right? And sometimes it is sex, but most of the time it's actually just being noticed, being cared for, being complimented, those things. And that is so much more emotional. Whereas men also, I think, cheat for the same reasons, but men also cheat because they have an opportunity to.
I was going to just say women don't cheat. I don't know what you're talking about. I hear you.
We support women's rights and we support women's wrongs.
All bad behavior, all types of behavior.
We just support it.
Is accepted, yeah.
Do you think flirting is cheating?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Because some guys are very flirtatious, but they would never take it further than that. But is that cheating?
That is disgusting behavior because if you're flirting with me, I love you. So why are you going to hurt my feelings by not?
Why are you making me think that you're going to get married to me when you have a wife at home?
I just selected my wedding dress, so come on. I'm talking cat, obviously, but that's what I feel, so some women will feel that you're flirting with me and this could be something, or do you want it to be something?
Yeah.
So from the person who's being flirted with, from that point of view, I just think, nah, that's kind of cuck. But also, you must be basement of the brasser. Don't fall for. Because I don't know if I flirt. If I do, I don't know.
I think it's a Taurus thing. I do. I'm gonna just say that because I feel like Vegan sometimes flirts with people, and he says he's just being friendly. Like he genuinely, and it's not a thing. He's just being friendly, and I can see
agree with
that
Vegan.
he believes that, and then I'll be standing there like, is this for just like I'm right here? Like what's going on? But he's just being himself. He's just being this chatty.
I think he is being himself, Nikki, because when I was married,
no, I know he is.
Yeah, when I was married, I was working at Trueworks and I was chatting to the IT guy, and after he left, my colleague is like, "Why are you flirting with the IT guy?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "I was literally just being friendly," and she's like, "No,
for context."
And so
for context, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, so let me say that.
Yeah.
Shaheena, myself, and Nikki's partner Regan are all Turians. If you haven't,
so Nabs, Shaheena, and
yeah. So and we literally had this whole thing. She was convinced I was flirting, and in my mind, I was just being nice to the guy because I'm having issues with my laptop. I needed him to fix it, and I'm just being friendly.
Yeah.
But I mean.
Who was the IT guy at work that was like the intern before the other one? I can't remember his name.
Greg?
No, he was like really young. And Shaheena, you also flirted with him. And you used to get so embarrassed. You remember?
It's just I have a thing for IT guys. No. Another weird thing that happened just before I got married. I had like this not an argument with my then before he became my ex-husband. He wanted to invite his ex-girlfriend to our wedding. And he always wanted to go like the lunch. And like, I felt so weirded by that. Like, is that a full cheating? The fact that they were hanging out all the time?
I don't have space for exes in a
red flag.
This is another episode, right?
Yeah, it is. It genuinely is though, because I feel like a lot of people struggle with it. But for me, no, there's no space. There's space for
but to me, that felt like a level of emotional cheating to me. Because
oh wow! I hear you. You know the thing with your partner and their friends, their girlfriends, right? Friends. I don't mind if you've known each other all your lives, or I come after her, you know.
Platonically.
But don't fucking make new friends.
You don't need new friends.
I am your everything.
You don't need friends at all. You have me.
Exactly.
And you have the life we've built together. And that should be enough.
Focus.
What more do you want? I have so many personalities. Just tell me which personality you want.
I'll go put on a wig right now if you want to talk to someone different. I agree. And what about like people who, and this is something that happened to someone I know as well, is that nobody knew about her husband, they're married, he started a new job and he never said to anyone at work that he was married. He's one of those guys who don't wear a wedding ring, and he never said he wasn't married, but he never spoke about his wife, and everyone at the office thought that he was single, and it caused a massive problem for them. They're still married, but one of the things that she had said to me was that she felt like
he was ashamed.
No, why? Was he trying to like create a space where he could cheat? Nobody would know that he was married, so nobody would know it was cheating. Like, why would it? Not that you have to disclose, hey, I'm married, but why would you never talk about your wife?
I think he was creating a space for an opportunity with someone.
Just keeping his options open.
Yeah, but maybe for work purposes as well. I don't know. Maybe his manager was a woman. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
You know, like
but that's also cheating.
Yeah. No, of course. So listen, my feeling is don't make new friends and use them as a sounding board. I am here for that. And we are friends, guys. My partner and I now, we're friends. So I feel it's important for us to be able to speak about our feelings and what's going on outside of our relationship. Why the fuck can't you speak to me about that, right?
Yeah.
What about this work-wife thing?
Oh my God.
So uncomfortable for me. And I don't think it is cheating, guys. But I don't know. It doesn't sit liquor with me.
It's a very grey area. At Woolworths, there was like a work couple. They were both married. And they would meet for lunch every single day. I don't know. Whenever you looked at them, you could see there was something more, but both of them were married. And they just, every single lunchtime, they were together. And I don't know if they ever acted out on it, but that's uncomfortable for me.
Surely there is some emotional intimacy in a friendship like that.
Absolutely. Look at us, for instance, right? We are friends at work. What if one of us was a guy, you know? Then
it would be weird.
Also, if you become the show to cry on, I feel like when you're vulnerable, you're more likely to do something that you would possibly regret.
Absolutely. When you're vulnerable and you said your relationship is not in a good space, so now you confide in someone and you're vulnerable and you need to be held, and you know that kind.
Yeah, and this person obviously knows you well enough to say all the right things.
Can men and women have platonic friendships?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I know because I have one. I have a few, actually.
I don't really have male friends.
Like, I don't think they'll love you. They'll be in love with you. So you have to protect them.
Maybe. No, but I also feel like why would I want to be friends with a man?
But I mean, my friends are from years ago. You know?
Primary school.
So, we've just maintained the relationship, let's just say. Yeah. And they're married, you know, and it's really
and are you also friends with their wives?
Absolutely, yes.
Nice.
It's very important for me to it's for myself, you know, also because if my husband had a friend that he had carried with him through his life, I would want to be friendly with her as well, and even her husband, because it's a friendship.
Yeah.
And that's
Agreed.
important. And there's that level of respect for his wife, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
You,
Like, I've got my friend Yusuf, and we used to hang out all the time. And then one day
you must say his name, my bro. Okay,
that's fine. He won't mind. But like one day I was literally like, you know what, just invite your girlfriend along with, and we can just all hang out together.
Yeah.
And
sure.
I just needed her to know that she didn't need to feel threatened by me. And when we hung out, she was amazing. We just liked each other, and I think it just helped. So she didn't have to worry that if the two of us were doing anything, like nothing was
alone.
Happening. Like he pushes me out. He's like a brother. Like, no, it would never happen.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. I think it's so important, and that level of respect, because people talk, and I mean, you don't. So yeah,
I think cheating is such a complicated thing, because how we define it is really different from relationship to relationship. And what one person might be comfortable with, another won't be. Like, some people find or think that watching porn is in the same category as cheating, maybe not as extreme.
That's custom.
I know, but people do think that. Like, they get like angry if their partner
if it's an addiction.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
You see, like, if you're watching it occasionally, I think it's okay. But if you have watching porn instead of having sex with your partner, I think that's cheating. Or I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just thinking,
and those feelings that come with, like, being cheated on, the betrayal and the rejection and the absence of trust, that is something that everybody needs to speak about that openly in their relationships, I feel like.
Yeah.
Maybe at the start or whatever, but like where that boundary sits, because I do think it is different for everyone. Some people might be comfortable with certain things and some people might not.
Yeah. And next on that point where everybody's different, and I know women who know their actual husbands have cheated, have had extramarital relationships, and they're still together.
I also know people like that.
Kudos, because that's fucking
How did they find out, though? Did someone tell them? Were they caught in the
I don't know, but
what would you guys do? Like, how would you, if someone, say, like a really good friend or your sister, cousin, whatever, partner was cheating, would you, and you found out, would you tell them? Would you have a conversation with the cheater? What would you say? Would you get involved?
Yeah, you go first, Nabs.
I would call you up immediately.
The cheater,
say,
or the person being cheated?
My friend, because it's my friend.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to call you up and say, this is what I know, and this is how I know. But I wouldn't if I'm unsure.
Yeah.
I know for certain, right?
That is very much a like shoot the messenger situation. So you have to be 100% sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know there is knowledge in power. There's knowledge in power. You know what I mean? And then she must do what she wants with the information. But it's embarrassing when people know that your partner's cheating and you don't know.
And that's so fucked up, hey? Because this isn't your thing to feel shame about.
I know. I was I had mutual friends, so I knew both of them. They were married. I knew for a fact he was cheating, and I spoke to him first. I'm like, dude, you can't be doing this. And then I said, look, I'm going to give you some time to fess up, but if you don't, because I didn't want to be the one to tell her. So I said, but you need to tell her, because if you don't by X date, I am actually going to tell her. Like, I just needed, because like you said, it's kind of embarrassing. You don't want to make the other person feel awkward. And I didn't want to get in the middle of it. So I just said, please just tell her, because I can't do this. I can't be knowing this.
The only reason I would never speak to the cheater is because I wouldn't want to ever feel complicit Like, you know, when people on the movies and
Yeah.
I can't believe you knew.
Yeah.
Like it just feels. I've never been in a situation, I must say this as well, because I'm speaking completely hypothetically. And unless I, like in your situation, Shaheena, was friends with both, then I would feel like that's one reason. But if it was my friend and I wasn't friends with her husband, fuck you, man. I'll tell go straight.
Oh yeah, no, if I didn't know the husband, then I don't give a fuck about you. Like, you are nothing to me. She is my property, she's my person. But I eventually had to tell her. So
how do you even say something like that? Like, I would be so shit scared.
Fuck,
say it.
I don't know. I just had to get it out, because I'm like, then you do with the info what you need to do with the info. And I told her, look, I don't care what decision she makes. If she stays, if they want to make it work, like, there's no judgment from my side. I just felt that she needed to know, because he was just obviously not saying anything.
And in that situation, did she stay or did they get?
Oh no, they're no longer together.
Which is quite common.
He hates me now though.
Shame. Poor him.
But I don't care.
Cry me a river.
Yeah.
And in situations where, like Nabs, you said, where people do stay, like that is, I don't know what the word is, like that it takes a certain amount of strength, I think, to be willing, at least willing, even just the first step to not immediately leave, because where do you begin?
I don't know. Yeah. And you know what, besides that, right, most times when someone cheats, everybody knows, right? Then you make the decision that you're going to work through this and you're going to be okay. Fuck, just the ridicule. Honestly, people are monsters. And already you're fighting so hard to stay afloat, and then you know that people are talking cack about you.
And it's your family. Like, it's like not like strangers, like friends. It's like family also. They get involved and they're like, well, how can you stay with him? Blah, blah,
exactly.
Blah, blah.
And then people feel emboldened to say things like, oh, I never liked him or her anyway. Like, oh, you're big, man. I married the person. You were invited to the wedding.
You came, you ate your cake and everything. So just so you big.
Yeah.
And your akane.
Yeah. and you took home.
And you took home the centerpiece.
That's my favorite. I don't have it in me to stay after you literally shattered my heart, you know?
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know, like, I feel like your heart can heal. I just don't know how you can ever trust someone again.
It's the trust.
Yeah. No, your heart will heal, but I mean, you don't want it to ever feel like that again. So I don't know if I'd be able to trust again. But then there's that thing about people can change, and we've talked about this before in previous episodes. Where are we holding a space for people to change and be better?
And sometimes something like this can actually really change a relationship for the better, because I've also heard stories like that where there's one person who's cheated, they work on it, and they come out stronger than they were before.
Yeah. But it requires a lot of work, though.
It's not so much.
You need therapy. There's so many things you need to do to actually
the willingness to be honest.
Yeah.
And what if someone is like the cheater? Like, do you think that people who are cheating should come clean? They should tell.
Oh, I don't know.
They should fuck off.
I mean, if I had to cheat, I don't know. This is all hypothetical because I've never cheated. I don't think it's in me to cheat. But if I had to cheat and it was a once-off and it meant nothing, I think I might say nothing.
I think that like being honest and coming forward and saying you did this, it always to me feels like you trying to soothe your own conscience, because you are now hurting someone beyond repair just so that you can feel like you
that's what I mean.
And I don't know, is it worth it? Like,
if it was meaningless, I'm saying nothing. Emotional cheating, I think there might be a conversation.
Yeah.
I think this entire concept of cheating, right? Just can we start at why you're cheating? What the fuck's going on with you?
Yeah.
And then that will determine for me, okay, what level of cheating is this? Like you said, emotional cheating, is it going to continue? Why is it happening? There's obviously if there's cheating, there's a problem in the relationship.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've always said, if you're gonna cheat, if you're gonna fuck up your life to be with someone else, whether it's fleeting or whatever, hopefully it's not. Hopefully you can make that relationship work. Then make it worthwhile. Make it fucking worthwhile. Don't break down shit because you smack a liquor time.
Yeah.
Go love that person then and leave me, you know?
And if it's genuinely not working, then make a decision to either put in the work or leave.
Yeah. Cheating is so cowardly, you know? Just leave, my bro.
Yeah.
That you said, why aren't you leaving? Why are you oh God.
And what about
I've cheated, but I was young. And it wasn't like a real relationship, but we were seeing each other, we were going on dates and whatever. And but I was not in it, you know, and I knew it was not going anywhere. And then I got very close to a friend of mine who I obviously was crashing on, and we kissed. And I knew that, yeah, I need to end this other thing, because the fact that there was space for me to do that, you know, where I felt it was, where I allowed myself to go there, I knew, nah, this isn't cool. Let's not do this, you know. But I don't think I said anything.
And you know what? Something else not related to what you're saying, really, Nabs, but something that I think we all noticed with Khloe Kardashian and her trash bag Tristan Thompson situation is that often women blame the person their partner's cheating with.
Oh.
And there's that whole thing that happens when the blame gets shifted, and the person who's actually betraying your trust, the person that you had a relationship with, that you guys are the ones that are like the core trust unit, gets off, I don't want to say scot-free maybe, but like the bulk of the anger is she
directed to the other person.
She slept with a married man. He is the married one.
He should be loyal to you.
Or even just women that's being...
Yeah, the responsibility for the loyalty sits with your partner, not the person that he's cheating.
Even just that sisterhood thing again of, a woman shouldn't do that to each other. I'm not married.
How could you do this to me?
Yeah.
How could you do this to another woman?
Look, unless we're friends. Unless we're friends, I think it's important to know that, I mean, there would be some sense of loyalty if they're friends. But he is not a child. He knows what he's doing. Okay, you're in a relationship with him. It has nothing to do with the other person. Unless, of course, you are friends, or even in some cases family, which is
oh my God. That's crazy. So I read this thing that said the essence of cheating is betraying your partner's trust, and this can manifest itself in a full-blown physical affair, an emotional affair, or an online interaction. Fidelity means loyalty, and being loyal to your spouse means not shifting your emotional focus elsewhere. And I think that's so important, because that is really what it is. Hey, it's that shift. Where the person,
not shifting.
The person you're with is no longer the person that you are going to. And that's where we talk about like work wives and husbands and emotional cheating. But when you start to move that focus away from your relationship to outside things, that is immediately the beginning of the problem.
But next, I mean, Shaheena, you always say, I can't be your everything. So how do we then, I mean, and I don't want my partner to be my everything, because it's so, the expectation is so high then, you know, and he won't live up to my expectation, because it's unrealistic a little bit, right? And that is why we have girlfriends. So maybe that's it, you know,
and I
just
think
choosing.
Something that like my therapist also said was that when you talk about your relationship to other people more than you speak to your partner, That is like, it's not about not having outside support, because that is what we thrive on. Our mental health would be fucked if we didn't have outside support. The emotional support doesn't rest primarily with your partner. That is, I think, an issue. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't go to Nabs if I'm having a problem more than I would speak to vegan. Or do you know what I mean? Like, relationships are so hard. And I see like a lot of people online also say like, it shouldn't be a lot of work to be in a marriage, and if it's a lot of
bullshit.
work, then you must leave.
That's such bullshit.
Yeah, it does take work.
The reality is that it does take work, and you have to show up for yourself and for each other every day. Like, you literally have to get out of bed and you have to decide every single day.
You're making a choice every day. You're making a choice.
Exactly.
To do this, to commit.
Why did our grandparents end up having like 70-year-long marriages, 60-year-long marriages? Women weren't able to leave that easily in the past. And now we are empowered.
And they just endured.
They did. And we are empowered and we can leave. But sometimes I think like there is also an expectation that cheating is one thing. So I don't mean cheating, but I mean that it's not work. And the truth is that it takes work. It does, to make it happy and secure and a place that you want to be, you know? I feel like both of our last 2 episodes have been quite loaded topics.
Yeah.
If you had any advice to share with someone who is currently cheating, what would it be?
Stop being a bastard, man. Yo, come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Do that. You know, you think, I don't know what this cheating does for you, right? But you actually undermine your partner. So by thinking that he or she won't be able to handle it. Oh my God, I can't hurt this person like that. But you, the piece of shit. And you need to
take ownership for your actions, your behavior. Just take ownership. You need to be accountable.
And nothing will justify it. So you need to come clean, or you need to stop. But you need to do better, maybe. Do better. I'm obviously very angry at the moment. I'll do some breathing exercises to feel better. But cheating is never okay. It's never okay.
And what about if you suspect that you're being cheated on? What advice would you share?
You know, I would come to me. I'll find out if it's true or not.
Nabs is the FBI.
We will slap a bitch. Jokes.
I mean, but the person could deny.
I think if you suspect,
that's true.
You need to really. Maybe it's not happening in the way you think it's happening, but if you have a suspicion, you are probably on the right path.
Yeah.
Hey, like, I mean,
you know,
you don't just have a happy relationship and then assume, my partner's cheating on me.
Exactly. There are signs, and maybe we can do a post about the signs to look out for. But again, everybody's but also, I mean, it's different in every situation. So trust your gut, because it's telling you something. It's telling you something's off. And, you know, I never suspect that I'm being cheated on, because, I mean, hello, have you met me? But it's just the possibility. And if you think your partner will never cheat, I do actually feel that everybody has that something in them that may want, you know, that they can possibly do that, because again, it will depend on the circumstances and the situation and everything. So
do you think that everybody can?
Under the right or under the correct circumstances? I don't know.
Yeah, I do think so.
I don't know.
You don't know, because you don't know. I just think yes. I think yes, absolutely. Because if Youngster was standing here and I was like, you know, in a relationship,
you're so funny.
You know what I'm saying?
You are so funny.
She's gonna put out a restraining order, Nabs.
I feel like we need to get him as a guest.
We definitely do.
Okay, stop it. No, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I do understand.
That's how I feel.
And I think there are like a celebrity crush or someone who's like completely like you. I don't know. But I also think
Yeah.
that not everybody. I don't agree. I do think that some people
I don't know.
won't cheat. I think there are people like say people who have been cheated on and know the pain of that. Those people are. I think it's unlikely that they would do that to someone else.
I've been cheated on, and I have been the other person, and I felt nothing. And I know that, no, really. And I'm gonna say that because it was a stage in my life where I thought, you know what, not my responsibility.
Yeah. But not
and
everybody
it suited
would think like that.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I hope you don't cheat. I hope people choose not to cheat and
People will
choose
cheat.
to be. Fuck, man.
They're gonna do it.
Yo.
I know it. I know it in my bones. They're gonna do
Like
it.
every time we do any episode, and then I'm always like, yo, people are so cuck.
People are so
Yo. And you know what? For me, it's like when the story hits and you say, oh my God, did you hear that one's cheating on that one? And it's like, what? Oh my God, or whatever. It's so
always
shocked.
shocked.
It's so crazy. Yeah. I'm watching Yellow Jackets. I told you guys. I don't know if any one of you have watched it. It's so fucking good, okay? But there's a situation where there's two best friends, and the one best friend, the underdog girl, she is actually cheating with her best friend's boyfriend.
No.
And she actually falls pregnant, from the boyfriend, and it's quite insane. But I mean, there's just that. I mean, how would you do that? How is
Fetus
that okay?
deletus is the only option.
I mean, and Nabs, I know you said you were in a situation where you were not the one cheating, but the person you were with, they were cheating. I would also feel nothing. I've also been in a situation where, like, I'm not the one in the relationship. But if it was like, if they were both friends, like, I just don't see how I could do that. Like,
do you know why?
No.
It's because, like, when you are like the other person, right? And the person that you are in a relationship with is, say, for example, married. You don't know them. You know him or her, but you don't know the partner. They're not friends. When they are friends, the level of dishonesty that is required to maintain that is so fucking astronomical.
Exactly, because let's say you're at a braai and everyone's there. Like, you have to act
or just go for supper, or she calls you to talk about something he's done. Every single interaction you have is soaked in dishonesty.
No, but okay, when I was the other person, I was young and dumb, and I was really quite arrogant, I think, to think that it was okay, maybe. I don't know. And at this point in my life, I'm like, that's kind of cuck. We shouldn't be, because it's because of that type of thinking that cheating continues. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
Because if you think about the level of deceit that, like you just said, that needs to happen when somebody is cheating, my God, my God, you're coming home, you're married, you're coming home, and you're laying next to your wife, full well knowing that an hour ago you were with someone else,
Everything is a lie.
Everything is a lie. Oh, this is what I want to ask you, right? So say, for instance, there's this long-term cheating scenario, right? So you've been married for 5 years. But
so just in the context of this, when we say cheating, we mean like physically in person, you're having sex with someone else.
Yes, physically in person. Because let's say, we're creating the scenario, you met online and then it escalated and whatever, but you're married for 5 years, you've been cheating with this person for an entire year. What happens? I mean, how can't even speak. So what is going on there? Why are you being such a? Because I know situations where this happens, and this both of them, everybody's just okay with it. How do you?
Everybody except the person being cheated on. How do you do that? I think people forget that what they're doing is really massively hurtful to the person they're in a relationship with, because they are happy. They are it's no longer like you're not cheating, you're in a fucking relationship with two people.
Yes.
You are actively, like, emotionally invested in two people's lives, the person you're cheating with and the person you're actually married to. And you are forgetting that this person that you have a marriage with is the person that you have pledged to be loyal to. And you are now happy. And it's easy to push aside someone else's unhappiness. And it is easy to just say, I'm happy now, so I don't actually care what the fuck is going on with you.
But what I want to ask, Kay, is who would you be in that situation? The wife or the mistress?
Do you mean ideally or?
Ideally, because
I would rather be the mistress.
Yeah.
I agree, because I know
at
about
least the mistress knows.
Yeah.
I mean, you get instances
the
where
mistress
the mistress
isn't being lied to.
Yeah.
She's not the one.
Yeah,
and
she
don't know. Some mistresses
and she's chosen.
And there is no one else.
They do. They are those situations. That is like the depths of deception now.
Yeah. And do you think that the guy is more true to who he really is when he's with the mistress rather than with the wife?
I think so, because I think that's why those kinds of affairs fester.
Yeah.
Because at some point in that marriage, you've lost your way towards each other. You used to move in the same direction, hands held, with the same goals in mind. And then at some point you veered in different directions. You're on different paths, and he feels lost, maybe doesn't really feel like he relates to his wife anymore because he hasn't made the effort. I'm not saying this in a sympathetic way, but you become estranged from the person you share bed with every day, and you find yourself again in the cheating relationship. So
you're sharing less.
are.
Yeah, you're sharing less with your wife or your partner, and you're sharing more with this other person.
Yeah. And that's what's so painful. Like, that's the part of it that is so hurtful, because instead of like going and working on your marriage or your relationship, you basically decided that the person you were with was no longer worthy of that in your eyes. So you looked to someone new.
I'm so like sad for all the people who are currently being cheated on, because
and there's lots.
And I vow never to allow someone to cheat on someone again. To be how is that show, Cheaters? How is that show, guys?
That show is so bad.
The way the host would egg people on.
Can you imagine if you are like sitting down at a restaurant cheating, and then boom, there's your wife with a camera.
Hello. What's going on?
Wow. That
only in America.
Only in America. That is just a whole other level of trash TV. So bad. It's like that show, like with Maury Povich, like Who's the Daddy? When they do like all the guys who think they're the father, and then the paternity tests come out, and he goes like, "Not the father." What the fuck?
I know. The way they rejoice when they're not the dad.
Yeah, but like, why would you do that on TV?
Exactly, display your life like that. My God, the embarrassment that is your life.
Like, if you were in a custody battle with someone where they disputed the paternity of the child, that is like the last thing I would want aired on TV.
Yeah.
But anything, it's the Insta fame we're looking for.
America is addicted to celebrity culture.
Will Smith shifted the focus of Ukraine.
That's a whole other discussion.
That's how obsessed they are with celebrity.
I'm so disappointed in Will, honestly.
I'm not. I'm disappointed in everybody.
But I mean, a lot of people are saying it was his frustration that she cheated. But
then yesterday I read an article that documented literally in detail all the times that Chris Rock has slagged on her since the 90s, when she refused to go out with him before she had started dating Will. And that people had said that it was something that was often discussed in the industry, because he made a point of making fun of Jada at every point in his career from the 90s. And it's kind of like Piers Morgan and Meghan Markle, like how he rips on her because she rebuffed him. That the root of it. There's just so much to unpack. I just feel like, oh God, it's crazy.
But there's all these think pieces on how he's defending his masculinity. I mean, she opened about cheating on him.
Well, they had an open marriage.
Yeah, I just didn't appreciate the open and very public display of violence, and really just the way he shouted at Chris was so disgusting. Like, no man, you could have handled yourself better there, bro. And also that feeding into stereotypes of black males and their anger, and damsel in distress, not able to defend herself, so let me, big macho man, stand up for her. And that is what I'm really not impressed about at all. For who he is, for who she is, just me, man.
And there is that conversation about like how we are able to hold celebrities to a higher standard. And I can say like, if that was me, and someone insulted me, Regan would probably also smack them, because I know him, and I know for a fact he would do that. But he's not a celebrity. He's not like someone who's on movies and TVs since the fucking early 90s. Like he isn't Will Smith. And we can say that Will Smith can be held to a higher standard, I think. Both of them can be. Like, Chris Rock made a whole fucking documentary about black women's hair. He made a whole documentary about how black women are marginalized because of their hair. And then he goes on this massive, massive televised award show and makes fun of a black woman's hair.
Yeah,
so, that's so true. I actually forgot about that documentary. I mean, okay, I think
we do need to
closing thoughts.
Wrap it up. I've shared all my thoughts. I have no more thoughts to share.
Yeah,
my thought quota for the day is out. It's done.
It's done.
So,
actually, the thoughts we want to know is from our listeners. So you've got questions, comments. If you want to share your story with us, you can email us at.
Please share our stories, because we obviously cuffers. Okay, girl?
Yeah. Email us at theskinnerbeckerpodcast@gmail.com. Remember to follow and rate us on Spotify, Apple, all the socials, and we will be posting obviously all the time to let you know what's happening, and we'll see you next Monday.
Yay!